a lot of younger fans, when they see Wade, they just see an old man, man. They see a guy like, what's all the fuss, you know what I mean? But 10 years ago, you can make the argument that Dwayne Wade was possibly the best all around guard in the NBA. Most people would, well, a majority of people probably would still say Kobe, but probably, overall, maybe it was Wade. Kobe, by that time, was over 30, and he wasn't always giving his 100% best on the defensive end of the court at that time. Generally, he kind of only stepped up when it was a marquee game or it was a televised game. But a lot of times, Kobe was coasting on defense by that time. But, you know, that's when Wade was flash. And one of Wade's trademarks was his shot blocking ability. And in this, Wade's final season, he has a chance, it'll be close probably, but he has a chance to surpass a legend in shot blocking. In an article on Heats Nation, or HeatNation.com, an article is written by David Ackerman. I'll put a link in the description box. Wade is going for Michael Jordan's record for blocks by a shooting guard. The article goes, throughout his career, Miami Heat guard Dwyane Wade has been constantly identified as one of the greatest shot blocking guards in NBA history. Not just one of the great shot blocking guards, one of the greatest guards, period. To me, I think he's either the third greatest shooting guard of all time behind Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, or as with me, I include Jerry West on that list, even though I know Jerry West played the majority of his career as a point guard. But it's just that when I hear Jerry West, I don't think point guard. I think shooting guard. So if I include Jerry West, then my list becomes Jordan, Kobe, West, and then Wade. But still, he's a top five, bona fide top shooting guard of all time. I think he surpassed Clyde Drexler in my estimation. But anyway, now Wade is just 28 blocks away from tying Michael Jordan's NBA record for most blocks by a guard, which sits at 893 career blocks. The Marquette University product mentioned that he wants to break Jordan's record. Quote, definitely would love it to get to the number one spot. It's not as easy in my old age to get 28 blocks, but I can see what I can do. I pride myself in that ability. Entering Tuesday's game against the Milwaukee Bucks, Wade has recorded 865 blocks in his career, which is good enough for 125th place in NBA history. Over the course of his career, Wade has averaged over a block a game in 6 different seasons. His highest averages came in both the 2008-9 and 2011-12 seasons, when he blocked 1.3 shots per game during each season. So far this season, Wade, who turns 37 on Thursday, is averaging zero point 0.6 blocks per game. Wade has recorded numerous memorable blocks against the likes of Amari Stoudemire, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Brook Lopez, and Tyson Chandler during his 16 NBA seasons. If the three-time NBA champion, who will be retiring following the conclusion of this season, ends up setting a new record, it will be another way to prove just how good he has been throughout his entire career. And, I agree with that article 100%. And what will be more impressive to me is that if he does set the record, and this is how a record really should be, in my opinion, he will have done it in fewer games. Not by much, but fewer. Michael Jordan recorded 893 blocks in 1,072 games. Wade has 865 blocks in 1,015 games. Now, I can't say how many more games are left, but they've played about half the season. So if Wade were to play in every game, what would it be, like another 40 games? I'm guesstimating. So let's say that's 1,055 games, and he sets a new record. That'll still be about 15 to 20 fewer games than Jordan played. Um, for his career, Michael Jordan averaged zero point 0.8 blocks per game. Wade's averaging 0.9 blocks per game. So statistically, he's slightly better than Michael Jordan on a per game basis in blocking shots. And Wade, tell you something, younger people don't understand, man. When Wade first came in the NBA, man, he was kind of a surprise a little bit. Remember, he's a little bit shorter. Michael Jordan was about 6'5", 6'4", and I think 3/4, or 6'4.5", or something like that. And but he's listed as 6'6" due to the fact that the NBA in the modern era measure guys in their shoes, whereas in yesteryear they measured NBA players barefoot. Wade is listed as 6'4". He's probably more like 6'3" ish. So for him to be able to slightly outpace Michael Jordan in that department, considering Michael Jordan had a lot of physical advantages over Wade, he's about 2 inches taller and possessed one of the greatest vertical leaps in the history of the NBA. That's very impressive for Wade to do that. I think Wade always prided himself, and this is becoming more and more rare in the NBA. Dwyane Wade has always prided himself on his defense. And we've seen his defense displayed multiple times, memorably during the 2006 championship run, where he was the catalyst for that team. He's remembered for his offense in that finals run, but throughout that entire postseason, we vividly recall Dwyane Wade's defense stepping up in many of those contests. And of course, during the Miami Heat run, or the Heatles, when it was Wade, Bosh, and LeBron, we all remember how he stepped up along with LeBron, but how Wade stepped up in those series. Now, Wade is at the tail end of his career, the very tail end of his career. It's pretty much over. And Wade is still playing at a relatively high level considering his age and how beat up he is. This year he's averaging 13.8 points, 3.9 rebounds. No, 3.5 rebounds, 3.9 assists, 0.6 steals, 0.5 blocks. Not bad numbers considering that he doesn't start anymore, and he hasn't been a regular starter in 2 years. So those aren't bad numbers at all. Just trying to see some things. Wade has had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons. Wade has had 6 seasons averaging over 1 block per game, and with his highest averages being 1.3 blocks per game. Michael Jordan in his career had 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons averaging at least 1 block per game. His highest average coming in the 87-88 season, when he averaged 1.6 blocks per game. And that season he averaged 35 points, 5.5 rebounds, 5.9 assists, 3.2 steals, which led the NBA, and 1.6 blocks per game. So, tell me what you guys think, man. Are you rooting for Wade to break Michael Jordan's record? At this point, I mean, I think it would be a nice achievement to get him some talking points in the media, because I'm really disappointed in how the media isn't even talking about this guy. I mean, this is a guy that is one of the top shooting guards in the history of the NBA. This is his farewell season. And all I hear is LeBron, 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 Kawhi, LeBron, Giannis, LeBron. LeBron's not even playing it, and he's still, talked about a lot in the mainstream sports media. But tell me what you guys think.